In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at lists, and more specifically, we're going to take a look at ordered and unordered lists. So let's first start off by asking, what are lists? So a list is basically where you can organize or put data one below the other. There can be also sublists. For example, go swimming, have fun with friends, do programming work, work on HTML, and work on CSS. This is a list. And so that's an unordered list, but we're going to learn more about that in a minute. But what's an ordered list? An ordered list is the same thing, but instead it's basically numbered. So instead of having those dashes, now it has numbers. So how do you make an ordered list in HTML? First, in our body, we have OL tags, which stands for ordered list. And basically in this, we have to add list items. And list items are LI. So again, these are all paired tags. So in between the OL tag, I'm going to add a list item. And in the list item could be anything. For example, I have something, 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 and something. And you can see it's 1 something, 2 something, 3 something, 4 something, and 5 something. And again, that's because of the ordered list. List item just means, oh, in this ordered list or in this unordered list, I just want you to put this list item. So this over here, this is a list item. Without the 1, this is something. Let's go ahead and break down the code for ordered lists. So what does the OL tag stand for? As I just told you, it stands for ordered list. And again, what does the LI tag stand for? It stands for list item. So now I was just talking about ordered lists, but I also started talking a little bit about unordered lists. But let's take a look at what I meant by unordered lists. So an unordered list is basically where we have these bullet points or slashes in front of our points. So how do you make an unordered list? So on the left, what we have is UL, and in there we have list items. So again, UL stands for unordered list. And if you have a good eye, you would have noticed that instead of OL, we have UL now. And in between the UL tags, we have LI tags in which we have our list items. And on the right, the main difference we have is the first thing that we got rid of was the numbers. And now because this is an unordered list, we have these bullet points. And again, I just explained this. So what is a nesting lists? Nesting lists is basically where you have a list inside another list. In this example, you can see I have item number 1, I have item number 2, and inside of item number 2, so that's why it's indented, I have another item. So how would you do that? So on the right, you could see I have an item or I have a list inside another list. So if we go to our left, you may notice that our code is a little bit more complicated, but that is fine. It's very, very easy to understand, but that's once you start understanding how lists work. So first we have an unordered list, and that's why we have these 2 bullet points. And in here we have a list item, and we have another list item. That's why we have 2 of these unordered points. And you also may notice I have an ordered list inside this unordered list. So since this is inside the unordered list, what's going to happen is that the computer is going to think, or the things that's going to read our code is going to think that ordered list is our point. So if we could have got rid of, if we didn't put this in here, it would have been 1, 2, 3, and 4. But since it's in UL, it's also going to be indented as it is another list item. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at how to add Roman numerals in HTML code. So, first off, I want you to look at this code before I start explaining everything. First, I have an ordered list over here, and then I have this attribute and attribute value. So I have type as my attribute, and you may notice that type is equal to what is this over here? This is an I. This may look like an L, but it's an uppercase I. So what's happening over here is basically we're going to have an ordered list, and the type of ordered list we want is I, and I stands for Roman numerals. So here's an example. On the left, I wrote OL and I wrote space, type is equal to I, and then under this, since this is an ordered list, all my list items are going to be labeled with Roman numerals. So I have I, triple I, IV, and then V. So if you want to check out other ways on labeling ordered lists besides adding Roman numerals, you could go down to the summary and download links below, and you'll be able to find everything there. And congratulations on finishing this lesson.